And this wine is Aubaine's 2019 Pinot Noir. This is the inaugural vintage from the Anahata vineyard, which is down in the Eola Amity Hills section of the Willamette Valley. The Eola Amity Hills is one of the more southern parts of the main part of the Willamette Valley, known for a lot of sunshine, a lot of wind. So we tend to get these very dark wines with thick skins that can produce a decent amount of tannins for a Pinot Noir. This is a wine that's very assiduously made by a woman winemaker who's worked in both New Zealand as well as Burgundy before coming to Oregon. So she has a real mastery of working with the Pinot Noir grape.
Yeah, winemaker Isabella Meunier, as you said, it comes with so much experience, and I believe she's a tremendous talent. And she's also a leader when it comes to showcasing women winemakers, a position that has traditionally not been as available before 10 or 20 years ago. So I'm a huge fan of her work.
Absolutely. And on top of that, one of the great things about Oregon is Oregon, while still has a lot of ways to come, like most of the wine industry, it has proportionally more women winemakers than a lot of the other regions in the United States. One of the reasons I really like this wine is it's a really good example of how a winemaker can use malolactic fermentation. These grapes coming from this windy, sunny place in the Willamette Valley with thicker skins and thicker tannins really can use a little softening as the wine ages. And that's something malolactic fermentation can provide. MLF is a second fermentation that happens while the wine is aging that really helps soften the tartness, the acid profile of a wine. So if you have a big bruiser wine, of which sometimes the Pinot Noirs from the Eola Amity Hills can be pretty muscular, it really helps kind of round some of the edges and give a little bit more complexity and creaminess to the mouthfeel.
Ripe strawberry, raspberry. Oh, see what it tastes like.
There's a toastiness to this wine too that I always find is a through line of wines from the Eola Amity Hills. And that's one of the reasons we paired this with our salmon and wild rice recipe on our website. Salmon is a classic pairing for Oregon Pinot Noir, but the wild rice in particular, with its kind of smoky toastiness of the grains, really just catapults off of those toasty flavors that are already in this wine, both from the terroir as well as the barrel aging that goes on to really just make this wine harmonize with a dish like that.
And I love this label. Aubaine is the French term for windfall, and on the label, the green wave represents the Eola Amity Hills, and the blue one represents the winds coming off the coast of Oregon through this mountain range valley called the Van Duzer Corridor. So the warm day and the cool winds create really distinctive Pinot Noir wines, and this one is lovely. It can be open now, but you can enjoy this over the next 5 years.
Excellent. I sure intend to.
All right, cheers.